Good evening, my fellow Americans. We are here tonight at another one of our fireside chats, and tonight I would like to talk to you about the New Deal programs. The first New Deal program I'd like to talk to you about is the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps. This is going to provide jobs for men working age between the ages of 18 and 25 years old. They're going to help to build roads, to construct parks, and over the course of the program, they're going to plant over 200 million trees to help with soil erosion and hopefully prevent another one of those disastrous dust bowls. The next program I'd like to talk to you about is the Works Progress Administration, the WPA. This is going to provide jobs for unskilled workers to help build airports, to repair streets and roads, and over the course of this program, over 125,000 public buildings will be constructed. The next program is the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. This is federal insurance for individual bank accounts up to $5,000. That means when Average Joe deposits his money in the bank, it is guaranteed up to $5,000. This will encourage people to be more cautious with their money, but will also encourage people to begin investing in banks. It also encourages the banks to be very cautious with their customers' money. The next program is the National Recovery Act, the NRA. This was to create fair practices for industries. It also helped to set prices on many products and the working hours. The purpose of the NRA was to break the trends of wage cuts, of falling prices, and of layoffs. The next program I'd like to talk with you about tonight is the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. This is set up purposely to regulate the stock market. It also is to prevent insiders from rigging the stock market for their own personal gains. And hopefully all of this will prevent another one of those devastating stock market crashes. The next program I'd like to talk to you about is the AAA, the Agricultural Adjustment Act. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Agricultural Adjustment Act was to raise prices by reducing the amount of product. And so the concept behind of this supply and demand is that if we have a lower supply, it creates a greater demand. So I have asked many of our farmers, American farmers, to plow under millions, up to 10 million acres, to reduce the product so that we can increase the prices. I've also asked many of our hog farmers to slaughter up to 6 million pigs so that we can reduce the product and increase the prices. And this is going to help put money right in the pockets of our farmers. The next program I'd like to talk to you about is the TVA, the Tennessee Valley Authority. The TVA was set up for one of the hardest hit areas in the United States, the Tennessee River Valley. Now, the TVA is going to help workers to repair 5 of the dams in this valley. It's going to help to build an additional 20 dams. It's also going to help with flood control. And finally, it's going to provide hydroelectric power. So here's my suggestion for you families out there. Pack up the kids, head on down to the Tennessee River Valley, get out your damn cameras and take your damn pictures. And the final program that I'd like to talk to you tonight about is the SSA, the Social Security Act. The Social Security Act is going to do 3 things. It's going to provide old age insurance, where workers will pay part of their insurance and the federal government and the employees will pay the other half, so that as our citizens get older, they still are able to afford a comfortable life. The second thing that it's going to do is it's going to provide an unemployment compensation system, very similar to welfare, And initially, with this unemployment compensation system, workers and individual people who are unemployed, they wouldn't be workers, they'd be unemployed Americans, will be able to apply for this unemployment compensation, and they'll be receiving between $15 and $18 a week. Finally, it's going to provide aid to families with dependent children or to individuals with disabilities. All of these programs are to help with my New Deal and my 3 R's: relief, recovery, and reform. And I'm hoping that through this New Deal, that you and I Americans will be able to come through the Great Depression and be able to come out stronger for it. We thank you, and I thank you for joining me for another one of our Fireside Chats. God bless America.